Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. So this video is another one of the Whale series videos. It's about one of our Sky members, Silverstone. Now for some context, Silverstone was by far the strongest player in our server range and he had a major lead on everyone in our server range. Of course, until about 8 or 9 months ago when he decided to slow down on his spending. And of course, Ukron, another Sky member, decided to pretty much outspend everyone. But even then, despite slowing down, there's only one player in our server range that has actually caught up with Silverstone. So that should give you a little bit of an idea of how much he spent, especially in the start, to get this far. And what we're going to do now is we will take a look at his build. So first of all, you can see right there 39 billion kills. That is a very large number, especially in our server range. Such high numbers are not very common. Of course, it's an indication that he has been extremely active in fights and is particularly strong as well. Now let's go ahead and take a look at his skins, and you can see a lot of orange skins have been unlocked because of course he bought as many skins as he could, especially in the start. You can look at some of the mod skins that he has as well, and if you take a look at his skin star, it is almost the winged red star. Of course, this is because of all of the orange skins that he's been purchasing, and also because of the fact that he has been scoring really high on Groundhog no matter where he went. And even in Sky, up until some time ago, he was always ranked 1. So of course, a lot of skin experience collected, and soon he'll be sitting with that winged red star, which is really cool. Now let's take a look at his insects. A level 84 deadleaf mantis, a level 80 EP, a level 64 rainbow scarab, and a level 58, one of those new guardian insects. And that's 4 different insects. Each of them are fairly high level. A lot of people, they like to focus on one insect, get it as high level as possible, but he got one to level 84. The second one, he got it all the way to 80, so he didn't really have to do that. He could have just stopped at 70 if he felt like it. And then the next one, 64, he needs to get that to 70 so he can level his insect past level 90. And the fourth one, well, he can actually potentially remove all of those levels and invest in trying to get an insect beyond level 90 if that's what he decided. So as you can imagine, a lot of insect items were purchased to get all of these insects to such a high level. Let's move along and take a look at his cells. So of course, all of them are 2 red stars. The levels are between 23 and 24. The one thing is Silverstone has always historically kept most of his stuff equally leveled up. So he's not somebody who focuses primarily on shooter and attack. He does level everything equally. And of course, you can see that here. Right, so 23 and 24 levels. The evolutions are between level 20 and 25. Evolutions do require you to be fairly even anyway, because you can't go past 25 if your others aren't leveled up to a certain point anyway. Next up, the genes. You can see all of them in the first page, level 23, and all of them level 15 evolution. The next page, fairly similar. All of them are level 23. Of course, all of them are 5 red stars. And you can see between level 10 to level 15, he's probably going to get that one to level 15 evolution as well. Next page, same thing. All of them level 23. And between level 10 and level 14 evolution. And the last page, one of them is level 23. The other 2 are level 22. And all of them are level 10 evolution. Of course, he's probably planning on getting them all to level 23. As I told you before, he likes to do things fairly evenly. Next is germs. First page, all of them level 22, 5 red star. And the one that gives shooter and attack, that has level 15 evolution. Next page, same thing. All of them level 22, 5 red star, and the evolution level is all level 10 because he probably wants to make the first page level 15 evolution before he moves to the next one. Third page, same thing. All of them are level 22 and level 10 evolution. And then the fourth page, again, all of them are level 22, but the evolution levels are a little bit scattered between level 10 and level 13. Next, let's go to his fungi. And the first one is level 15 and evolution level is level 16. You can see that he prioritized shooter ant attack, guardian ant health, and skill attack and skill defense, which is of course a good idea. And that's why you can see they're at level 17 while the others are level 15. The next fungi, same thing, just that it's level 18 with level 16 evolution. And you can see that the focus again is shooter ant attack, guardian ant health, and of course the skill attack and skill defense. Third page, level 21, which is the maximum level with level 16 evolution. The priorities remain the same. Fourth page, level 24 with the level 17 evolution. The priorities again the same. Now I forgot to mention the cell ascent was level 3, the gene ascent was level 3, the gem ascent was level 2, and the fungi ascent was level 3. Of course, the important thing that comes out of the ascent is the combat speed, which maxes out at level 2. So after that, he's been upgrading the ascent evenly across the different genetics. Alright, looking at the treasures, you can see that in the first page, almost all of the treasures have been maxed out to level 20, other than the orange one, which is at level 17. Then on the next page, you can see that they are between level 10 to level 17, so he's not too far off from upgrading them to the maximum levels either. So he's progressing smoothly in this regard as well. And of course, since he has 8 worker ant nests, this becomes a little bit easier to achieve without having to spend a lot of extra money. You can still upgrade it fairly fast if you have 8 workers. Okay, let's take a look at the Meteorite evolution. And you can see the first one is purple, the other 2 are green. And you can imagine why, right? These are fairly newer things that came out. And I did mention that about 9 months ago, Silverstone decided to reduce the spending. So the newer things may not be as heavily updated as you may have seen others who had been continuing to spend non-stop for a very long time. Alright, the Pioneer Ascent. And you can see that all of them are level 21, other than the attack, which is level 22. My assumption, he's probably going to do what he does everywhere else. He's gonna level them up evenly. So everything else will be going to level 22 soon. And of course, it is purple. The Pioneer Ascent is at level 3, getting him 50 combat speed. And the Explorer Evolution, all of them are level 15. The class-specific ones have been ascended to blue, and the attack has been ascended to blue as well. Now just the defense and health is waiting to be ascended, and this whole thing will eventually become blue evolution. The Explorer Evolution is level 2, getting him 30 combat speed. The next one will get him another 20, so that's a boost that you should be expecting soon. Finally, the Trailblazer Evolution, you can see that they're between level 11 and level 12, and his ascent is at level 1, getting him 15 combat speed. Okay, let's take a look at his mutations. And wow, you can see that the attack one is level 49. The invasion attack and invasion defense is also level 49. And that's with Saran Silver Ant. The attack one is with Emerald Jewel Ant. The skill attack one is also level 49. And that's with Fumega Clara. The skill defense one is level 44 with Hairy Panther. The defense one at level 39, currently with Weaver. The hunting wild creatures one level 34 with CP. The defending attack and defending defense level 34 with PA. The health one level 34, and that's with DB. The shooter ants counter to carrier ants at level 29. It's been given to Wise Berserker. The guardian ants counter to shooters level 29 given to Roata. The carrier ants counter to guardian ants level 29 given to Golden Crystal. And the combat speed one level 34 given to Atta. So as you can see, a lot of these have been upgraded by a lot, right? So that's a lot of level 49s, a lot of 44s, a lot of ones that are close to level 30 and above, which means that a lot of investment went into this, which means a lot of spores and those special spores were invested into this. And a lot of times I've seen whales that don't prioritize this as much because you know what, spores don't come by that easily and they have other places to spend the spores. So this generally isn't something that I've seen that high level in a bunch of whales, but Silverstone clearly prioritized this and got it fairly far. Alright, the reforms, and you can see the shooter reforms between level 41 and level 45, getting him 148% shooter ant attack, 122% shooter ant defense, and 46.4% health. And then his Guardians again between level 40 and level 45. Now you can see that he's prioritized the Guardian Ant attack the most. And that's because of Pangolin. He wants to make sure that he does higher damage in Pangolin. So level 45 on that, giving him 148% attack. Then the other two are level 40, giving him 116% defense and 46.4% health. And then Carriers, again, he is prioritizing the attack for Pangolin. So that's level 44. And then the health and defense are at level 40. So we're looking at 140% attack, 116% defense, and 46.4% health. Now in rare reforms for Carriers, he put in a level 3 defense and level 3 health, giving him a 45% defense and 18% health. Now when it comes to shooters, he put a level 2 attack, giving him a 30% attack, and then he put a level 3, those special rare reform, which gives 15% attack, 15% defense, and 6% health. That adds up to 45% attack, 15% defense, and 6% health. Finally, in Guardian, currently he only has put in the level 3 skill defense, which is 15% skill defense. You also probably noticed that his Shooter Ant Reform Corporation was 40 star, and the Guardian and Carrier was 35 star. Let's go to his evolution, and you can see that currently he is still working on evolving his Carrier Ant T10. But if you were to go in the overall evolution, you'll notice that he already has T10 of Guardian, T10 of Shooters, his Carrier is 64%. But it is because he prioritized Excellent Enhance, and that is already at 62%. And of course, his rationale was that he uses Guardian, Shooter as his main classes. Carrier Ants are primarily just for Pangolin. So he didn't want to focus too much on getting T10 of Carrier, but rather he wanted to focus on getting stat bonuses from the Excellent Enhance. And that's not too bad of a strategy if you're not too keen on the bragging rights of having 3 T10s. Now you can see the Excellent Enhance, a bunch of it has been evolved, and the smart thing that he did was that he got the skill damage one to level 20, and then now he's back to focusing on Carrier and T10. That's a good strategy because skill damage is quite important, so he decided that he's going to go all the way through to the skill damage, and then he's going to switch back to getting the T10 for Carrier. Alright, now let's go to the mines. I'm sure you're all curious to see what his stats look like, and let's take a look now. Now he's using an Arta, which is 7 star, Emerald Jewel Ant, which is also 7 star, and Saharan Silver Ant, which is actually 8 star. And you can see his stats. The Guardian stats are about 2,254% attack, 2,225% defense, 203% skill attack, 186% skill defense, and an almost 890% health. His combat speed, 954. And when it comes to his shooters, we're looking at about 2650% attack, 2250% defense, 203% skill attack, 171% skill defense, and about 851% health, and 930 combat speed. So quite impressive stats, especially in our server range. Now we talk about the approximate spend. Silverstone spent around $200,000 to $250,000 on his account to get it to the point where it is today. And since I still have you here, I do want you to know that you can get between 10 to 35% bonus on in-game purchases in the Ants Underground Kingdom. The steps are quite simple. All you need to do is follow the video that I'm linking to this video, and you can also click that button that's going to appear at the top right of your screen to go to that video. The latest promo code is going to be in the name of that video, so you will know which promo code to use to get these amazing bonuses. A lot of other people are taking advantage of this. Feel free to check it out. If you have any questions, you can join our Discord and I can guide you through the process as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you like it, please like the video, please subscribe to our channel, and I hope to see you in the next one.